Hey everyone, my name is Robert Levering, and this is going to be my at-home body workout, and I'll probably find some other things around the house to be able to assist me with adding more weights on the activities I have planned. So basically the rundown of this is usually doing warm-ups. I like the foam roll to start it off with. I just found out it works for me over the years. I'm sure there's other things proving you should do other things, but for me, the first thing I like to do is try to foam roll. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to foam roll my back, my hamstrings, my quads, my IT band, and then kind of work my way from there. My back and my legs and my hips are the things I need to work on the most to warm up, especially for most of the variations are going to be hip movements and leg driving movements. So we'll start from there. And here we go. So this is my second attempt at doing this, so we'll see if it goes. Last time it stopped for 17 minutes in, so we'll start from there. First thing I like to do is roll from my lower back down the middle to the base of the neck, just so it goes all the way through. So you want to keep your spine in a neutral position. You don't want to arch your back all the way through. Keep your spine in a nice neutral position and just shift your hips around. And so you create as much tension in the middle. It's kind of like a reverse triangle. Your legs are the other side, your head's the other side. So you're trying to keep that point on there as much as possible to roll out those muscles in the back. So you shift a little bit to the right side, hit the lats a little bit. Oh. I've been sitting on the couch for the last few hours doing homework, so this is the perfect time for me to come out here and do this video. The next thing is I will focus on my hamstrings, be nice and easy. My hamstrings aren't too tight today, it's more my back. I'm slouching from homework assignments and Zoom classes. Then, once I hit one side, I'll try to rotate out and get the other side of the bicep or the hamstring. So, as I'm hitting that more outside muscle, I'll rotate, get the IT band, and just go ahead and rotate on over, hit the quads. Same thing with the quads, as I like to rotate in and out, hitting the inside and outside. Oh. Then, switch this. Sorry if you can hear the traffic in the back, I just didn't want to do this in my house, my roommate's home. So, you're going to deal with the traffic. There you go. The next thing I like to do is grab my little band and start doing hip movements, air squats, anything to kind of get my legs warmed up. Glute bridges, perfect for these. These are online anywhere from a pack of like $5 to $30, $40, depending on how fancy you want to go. These are simple. These are just going to be the simple concept of keeping your legs and hips open in between here. There you go. See, I put the bands right above here. What these are going to force me to do is open up my hips and my legs and keep everything outward so I'm not kneeing in. You don't want that. So everything we're going to do is going to be hips up, hips open. So when we squat down, that's what we're looking for, is the band keeping outward. Front view, right there. Like I said, we don't want this, we want this. Keeping the legs open. All right. The next thing I'm going to do are glute bridges. Glute bridges, fantastic for warming up your butt, get everything working, your hip movements, your hip hinges, get everything warmed up. So, legs in a nice neutral position right here, about a 45-degree angle. I don't know degrees. So. Now, if you need to, keep your neck in a neutral position, driving your hips up. That's for stability. If you don't need it and you want to make it a little bit more difficult, driving upwards. If you have a mat or concrete, it's more ideal. You don't have to use this either. It just helps keep the emphasis on keeping everything open. I think it's good to keep a good squeeze at the top. It forces you to use that muscle a little bit longer. There you go. Next thing is clam openers. All you're gonna do, open up your hips, resist the band on the way down, so you're working your abductors and abductors and adductors, we'll say that. Just easier to do. You'll do 10 clam openers. I'm not going to do 10. All right, same thing. The band's going to help resistance. You could do it without or with. It's just up to you. Perfect. All right. There's other hip movements you could do if you wanted to. If people were stiff, they could keep doing side-to-side steps. Nice baby steps, keeping the tension. You could do it forward, backwards, resetting every single time. So it's just up to you what you need to do in order to work up. And so once you start tinkering at home, you'll get a better example of what you need to do to warm up. One of the simple hamstrings you could do at home, everyone's done the bicep curls. It's gonna be the same thing, but it's just gonna be you creating the tension. So, for example, I'm flexing my hamstring right now, and all I'm gonna do is squeeze it on up. It's the same thing if you were doing curls in front of the mirror. Same thing with your quad or your hamstring. Same thing to the other side. One thing I would either recommend is doing a brisk walk or jog on the treadmill, depending on where your physical fitness level is. That's something I have. Bike here, rowing machine. I've been doing the rowing machine because it actually forces me to use my leg drive, my lower back, my arms. Everything's working, and I'm kind of getting moving through. So I'm not going to use the bike because it's made for more typical people that don't have that equipment. So you could do a light jog. There's other different variations you could use. So along with those stretching, the rolling, I would also do a small warm up with either jogging in place, jumping jacks, kind of get the heart rate going, get everything warmed up. Now that's a little bit looser, and from there. So we'll go ahead and start doing some jumping jacks and start warming up. All right, so do about, let's do 30. 4. I wasn't counting, I forgot how to count, so I'm pretty sure I got 30, so don't quote me on that. All right, so the next important thing to do is, since we are going to be doing some upper body stuff, so warming up your arms, shoulders, and some of your back. And so some of the simplest, easy ways to do that,
If you have something to row at home, you could row it. That's going to work your back. That's going to work some of your lower muscles. Doing some even small curls. Looking around my garage, see what I can find. Here we go. Oil for my vehicle, or antifreeze, sorry. You could do simple curls like that. So what you're focusing on is keeping tension in your arms the whole time by flexing your muscles. So you're going to keep more tension in your arms by squeezing them themselves and getting a good time under tension squeeze with your muscles. So all you're going to do is squeeze, bring it up. You could do that with objects like I just did or not. The other thing you could do, same thing for triceps. You could do just general body weight triceps. Even Arnold started off with just doing regular bicep curls to warm up and to get a good mind-body connection. And that's what these home workouts are made for, is that home body connection. All right. So what I usually do is I have bands for this, but at home, you can just use a simple t-shirt, and that simple t-shirt is going to help you with rotating out. I would grab a towel more than a t-shirt, but this is what I got in the garage right now. So flexibility is a massive thing in the strongman community. What was it? It's either Brian Shaw or one of those legendary weightlifters, Eddie Hall, that said flexibility is strength, or length of muscle strength, because a lot of those guys need to develop those large muscles, so they use flexibility. So shoulder flexibility would be very important. I know that wasn't very good, but I'm used to doing it with bands that are a little bit longer for my wingspan. I would usually do band pull-aparts to warm up. We could do simple push-ups. Kind of get going on there. Perfect. So if push-ups aren't your thing, there's other ways to go about that. You can lean against the table, like so. Your hands are still going to be in the same motion. Hands in your armpits, not chicken winged out. You're going to keep them nice and close in that neutral position. All you're going to do, let your arms slide in next to your elbow, or your elbow slide in next to your body. Right there. So the reason I'm taking so long on this warm-up exercise is because I'm only going to do one round. I'm not going to do the full exercise. I've already done this before and the video screwed up, so I'm going to try to keep it on a certain time limit. So after the warm-up, what you're looking for is going to be the workout next. The workout's very simple. All it's going to be is 25 minutes to 35 minutes of round after round of these exercises at your own pace. So each round is 50 air squats, 50 push-ups, vest press, which I have a army vest press that I could do, or anything that you can press in there. You could do, you have a propane tank, you could use a propane tank, you could creative pottery, anything that you feel comfortable lifting above your head. That's not going to cause you harm or instability with your shoulders and upper body. So what we'll go into, and then a 400-meter run. I have a church that's right around the corner. I run around there. It's just short of 300 or 350 yards. So that's what I usually run, and a little bit extra. So those are the rounds. 50 air squats, 50 push-ups, vest press, and then a run. And so you just do round circuit of that. I'll do the first round, and then we'll go to a cool down and more relaxing stuff from there. All right. So one of the progressions that you could grab, might as well just grab this propane tank. All right, simple propane tank. I'm going to put it on my arms right there. All I'm going to be doing, simple squats. So it's 15 minutes now. Go. Keeping your chest up. 12, 13. Now, if that's uncomfortable for you, all right, that's too uncomfortable for you. Now, all you can do, simple air squats, right there. Neighbors said hi to me. Everyone's getting their physical fitness on today, so that's good. All right, so if you're having problems, you can pump your arms out. There's a lot of people out there, helps you keep in rhythm. It also helps you when you turn your hands back, the flexion in your hips, so you're getting full range of motion. All right, so you can see this from a side angle. My back's staying in a nice neutral position. I'm probably not going down as far as I can, but that's fine. If you're going ass to grass, that's perfectly fine. It's up to you. What I'm trying to do is at least get my legs close to parallel, and from there. All right, so the next portion is push-ups. Just normal push-ups. Hands right here, like I demonstrated earlier, 50 total. So you could either do them in 5 sets of 10, 10 sets of 5, whatever you can do, or any variation. This is all just trying to keep your heart rate up for that required workout time. So there you go. All right, so maybe I started getting tuckered out, started getting tired, my arms, or I started bobbing around. What you can do is, to make it easier, cobra push-ups, same motion, you're just pivoting on your knees, still driving with your arms in, using most of your tricep, and going from there. If that's too much for you, you can go back to the standing press or staple press, where you're still able to push from the side and go from there. All right, so the next part is the vest press. So what do I got here? Nice handy dandy propane tank. So that's what I'm going to use. So using 50 or going 50 reps. So anytime you lift anything above your head, knees slightly bent, side view, so I have my knees slightly bent, nice stiff abs, shoulders, and all you're gonna do is push up to the ceiling. Keep the weight on your biceps, your forearms, proper alignment the whole time through. Like I said, anytime you're lifting above it, there needs to be a disclaimer for lifting stuff over your head, for being able to compress your spine too far back. So you're gonna push it straight up, not back, because that's what we were instructed. Nice and even, straight up. So here we go. Like I said, you could use anything else. I just have this relatively here and simple to use. So if that becomes too hard, you could do push press. So you drive up with your ankle or your legs and your arms, your shoulders, go from there. All right. Now that got too hard. So if you need to, we used to do this in the military. Simple, but stupid. Once you do hundreds of these, use your arms. You'll never think your arms got heavy till you do about 200 of these. So what you could do is squeeze out your muscles like you were before. And so when you're pushing up, squeezing all of your upper body, even your back of your shoulders. So on the way up, pushing up. On the way down, you're just going to keep your biceps, triceps, chest, everything flexed. Keep your shoulders squeezed back, and you're going to do a pull down motion. And so you should be putting your scapula farther down and squeezing back. Same thing on the way up. Until you get to 50. So that would be your progression, regression, and regular. So if you have a barbell, you can use a barbell, a broomstick with banded weight on there. On the internet, I saw a dude duct tape water jugs to a broomstick. So you could do that. The next thing would be a 500-meter run. So what we could do in place is some other basic exercises, jumping jacks, mountain climbers, Frankensteins, anything. You could even jog in place, jump rope, but you're gonna do that for about two minutes or so. So it's 21:40 right now. So I'll just do all those variations that I lifted off for 2 minutes. $19, $20. All right, so did 20 of those, change it up. So the nice neutral spine position, shoulders above your chest, driving your knees up. If that gets uncomfortable for you, you can do simple ins and outs. Or both feet. Both feet. I learned that one from Shaun T. It's horrible. In, out, in, out, in, out. So it's a good plank position that you're looking for in any of these. Keeping your abs flexed, brace yourself for a punch, butt up. Probably doesn't look so hot right now, but you gotta do what you gotta do. But you can do any of those variations to get your heart rate up instead of running. So that's all stuff that you can do inside the house or outside. So you have your multiple avenues of approach. So like I said, you're working towards the time of 30 minutes of vigorous, moderate to vigorous intensity. Get your heart rate up, get it going. You don't need any of this stuff. All this stuff I have inside my garage, so it's super simple and easy to use. It sucks exercising and talking. My mouth is dry, so sorry. So that's pretty simple. The next best part is you would do this until you hit that 30 to 35 minute mark. But I've been talking and explaining stuff as if I'd be talking to you while we were exercising, so it takes up a little bit more time. So what we'll do, say I hit my time, you're done with the workout, do a cool down walk from 5 to 8 minutes long. The whole point of that is to do a nice heart rate cool down, let your body cool down, so don't go from vigorous exercising to nothing. That's what you don't want. You want some transition time between going from hot to cooler temperatures in your body. So what I usually do after that, there's light stretching and foam rolling. So all the foam rolls we did before, you're gonna do the same thing. Back, legs, quads, calves even, and go from there. You're gonna be hitting, for the most part, all your body parts. The one thing that you need to try to emphasis on is the planks when you're doing, if you do inside stuff, focus on doing the planks, keeping that flexed abs and keeping everything nice and tight in the core, so you're using them. Using good form the whole time. Not like me, I can't really see what I was doing, but it looked all right from my view. All right, so light stretching, what I would normally do one of these bad boys, just reach up for the sky, arms together. I usually interlock them, drive them up So during this, you're going to keep your shoulder blades pinched back and down. Seven. In about 20 seconds. Nice and easy. So across the chest stretch, left hand across, come up behind the elbow and squeeze it towards your arm. You'll feel it in between here and in your chest. Forgot to talk about breathing during it, but I was focused on explaining everything, so my bad. All right, pretty easy. The next one, just like above, we're gonna do straight across. So you'll get some tricep in there, those little guys. Those little guys, don't worry about those little guys. Straight across. All right. So, as you do the lunge stretch, all you're going to do is keep your feet in a neutral position, your ankles aligned with your knee, not further, not past. When you drive your hips forward and go past it, that's fine. You're just going to feel more quad back there and more hip opening up. So focus on that. Drive your hip down. That's the nice thing about at-home stuff is you can change it up and manipulate it. So if you have injuries to certain parts of your body, you can change it up and do progressions or regressions. All it is making sure that you're exercising while we're at home during the coronavirus, which is the biggest part. You can see a snowboard in the back. You could do curls. I could have done presses with those instead of using my weight equipment, that's why I've been doing is working on the stuff I normally don't work on. This is the time to be working on those things. And that's what I've been doing is trying to do more CrossFit routines so I can build up a little bit more cardiovascular endurance and strength. Because I used to be able to deadlift, but I wouldn't be able to walk up staircases without heavy breathing. That was my vigorous intensity, was walking upstairs. So trying to be more of an athlete than a power lifter or heavy lifter. So just better for my joints in the long run. So this is the butterfly stretch. What you're gonna do is, you don't have to dig your heels into your crotch area. What you're trying to do is get your knees farther down to the ground as possible. If you have them farther out, you might be able to get a little bit closer, but it's more difficult when you bring it in. So go ahead and do that. I hope everyone's break's been going pretty good. I've been fairly productive on my time off, so I hope you guys have been too. The next thing is, put your right leg over your left leg, put your ankle right over your bone, and bring that left leg back close to your butt. You'll feel it on the outside of your hips and on the back side of your hamstrings a little bit. All right, switch. All these should be held for 15 to 20 seconds, but I'm trying to keep this underneath 30 minutes, so I'm running out of time. All right, next thing is cat-cow. Shoulder blades back. So your shoulder blades should be down, you're sagging down at your waist. When you're doing this part, you're pushing far away from your wrist as possible with your shoulders, hips up. Try to sink in your abs into the back of your stomach, back down. You do about 10 of those on each side. The next thing I like to do, get in a nice push-up position. Push your upper body up. But I'm sorry for this. This was my second outline, and I chose to do this one instead because I didn't want to get TRX equipment, and this was just easier for everyone to do.
There's tons of stuff that you can do with at-home workouts. Just try to hit your required time of 30 minutes of moderate to vigorous intensity. That's the biggest thing that you want to achieve with these. You don't need equipment. You can find whatever. Trees for pull-ups, abs, you can lock them underneath the couch. Do anything. Work on those things that you hate working on. I've tried more and more yoga through my time and CrossFit. I hated CrossFit before the virus, and now I've gotten my brother to do it with me and created a more competitive atmosphere for me, and that's what I need to succeed. And that's what's most important, is finding those things that help you maintain that physical fitness levels over the years and not give up on it, especially times like this, where having a healthy respiratory system can maybe save you in the long run compared to someone that doesn't have a good respiratory system. But that's my tangent for that one. But everyone have a great and safe time. Maybe see you next semester. If not, good luck to you guys, and have a good day.